Alright, today is a special day for Tessie. She is getting a new folder propeller from Gori. I've been having this fixed propeller for a long time now, and it's time to upgrade a little bit and get the best of the best, I've heard. So a fixed propeller like I have, that's really great for just motoring, but while sailing this creates drag. So we need a propeller that can fold its blade to make less drag. The fixed propeller drag has always been in the back of my mind when sailing Tessie in everything from light winds to stormy weather across the big oceans. The drag makes me start the engine earlier than necessary in light winds or keep more sail up to maintain speed in heavy weather. I knew Tessie was never up to her full potential, so let us see what we got. But now that's about to change after 22 years of sailing with a dragging fixed propeller. There's a box with bolts and nuts for the installation. Here's the real beauty. Look at that. 3-bladed overdrive folding propeller. Beautiful piece of work. The Gori propeller setup is delivered by AB MArine, situated close to Newport in the US. With their great passion for sailing and yachting, they supply quality products to the marine industry with an emphasis on improving the sailing experience. Sounds just about perfect to me. It's a big heavy thing and it takes some space compared to my fixed propeller here. So it's going to come on like this, and it has to be enough room from here and from here, but I think we're good. And I need to cut down the shaft a little bit to make it shorter, to make the prop come more forwards. And to go with the new Gori folding propeller, I also have this rope cutter from AB MArine in USA. Thank you for letting me try it out. And it's supposed to sit right behind the propeller like this to cut the rope if something comes in the way. But let's start with getting the old propeller off. Alright, so now I've pulled the propeller off the shaft here, so it's coming loose. So it's just one little obstacle, and that's the keyway here. It's a little bit too big for the Gori, so I need to grind it down a bit. The shaft got cleaned up and prepared for a tiny shortening. So now we're going to cut the shaft. It's supposed to be 25 millimeters from here to the start of the propeller. I'm changing the gearbox to a brand new one, as the old one got slowly drained out of oil while running all summer last year due to a missing sealing on the oil drainage nut. A mess properly created by only myself. This damaged the gearbox severely over time. New gear in. Let's go. Right, so now the gearbox is assembled, the new one, but now we need to disassemble the Gori propeller to install it on the shaft. This is the color that comes on first. This is what goes on the shaft to keep the propeller in place. And this is of course the propeller. We have some anodes here to avoid corrosion. And AB MArine sent me this very sharp rope cutter, and that comes on just in front of the propeller. So let's get to work. Oh, the color comes on first here. I don't know what to call it. All the way in. We have this nut to go into the center here. And now to secure that nut, we will have to secure it with these. We screw these pins in and they will hold the nut tight inside here. And now the Gori propeller comes on. There we go. Don't fall down. And then we can screw the cap on. So now we need to use this C-spanner to align the holes. There's going to be a hole popping up here. So we'll apply some more glue to the bolts. We will screw them in here. So next now is to install the anodes to keep the propeller from corroding. And there's no need for Loctite on this because they are coming off each year as you swap them out. We now need to check that it's supposed to be 25 millimeters from here to here, so we need to measure and align. 2 more millimeters. Lite. Yeah. Last up is to secure the shaft, and we're well almost ready to go. So that's the Gori propeller in place, but now we need to put on this rope cutter from AB MArine, and it goes on here. And this is really sharp, so you need to watch your fingers here. There we go. Water is flowing through the cutlass bearing here, and it needs some space to get out on this side. It can't come too close. And that looks pretty good. And you have this rubber kind of things here that takes the load from the propeller, and I know these have to be changed, but other than that I think it's pretty straightforward. So that's it for the installation, and everything is ready now? Yes, but before we take our first sea trial, let's have a look on how this clever piece of engineering really works. When you transition from engine propulsion to sail power, you put your gear in neutral, then reverse, then at last back to neutral, and the propeller will naturally fold itself from the stream of water passing by. This creates minimal drag when sailing. Going from sailing to motoring, you push the gear in forward and the propeller goes into normal mode, or the lowest pitch on the blades, letting you keep higher RPMs on your engine to maintain cruising speed while motoring. And then there's overdrive mode, used when, for example, motor sailing, when there is less need for engine propulsion power. From engine cruising speed forward, put the gear in neutral, then in reverse, and here the clever design comes into play. When the propeller turns from forward to reverse, the propeller blades take a 180 turn, which changes the pitch angle of the blades. So you put the gear into reverse and keep it there until the boat starts making speed afterwards. And this is where the overdrive function comes in. With the boat still gliding afterwards, put the gear in forward. The propeller now keeps the same pitch as in afterwards, which is a higher pitch. This creates more push power from the propeller and requires less power from the engine to maintain cruising speed. This is therefore a good option for motor sailing and will reduce fuel consumption. And we are ready to hit the sea with the help of this beast. Okay, so the boat is floating now, but hanging in the crate still. So let's check for leakages. Looking pretty good. Alright, first test. Propeller is spinning, and the first thing I noticed is the calmness. No sound from the gear because of the new beautiful gearbox. So let's test out the new system now, the new propeller. Wow. Alright, so I'm in open waters now, and I've been testing it back and forth a little bit, and it seems to work pretty well. I must say I'm impressed. We have 20 knots of wind now, and I will go up against the wind, and we'll see what speed we can have with the propeller in the standard mode, the mode that it goes into when you push forward on the gearbox. And I will increase the RPMs to 2000. See what speed we get. So we get 5.2, 5.3 with the lowest pitch, the standard pitch. We're going against the wind, 20 knots on the, well, 22 knots over deck, and 18 knots through wind speed. So let's turn around and go downwind and check the speed then. Seem to stabilize on 6.4. Alright, and now we'll try to get it in overdrive with a higher pitch, more power. So I will turn around. Okay, so we slow down the speed now, and the trick to get an overdrive is to put it in reverse, let the blades fold out the opposite way, and then push it quickly into forward, and that should keep the blades in the same position as in reverse, only that they will go forward with the greater pitch. So now it's free, reverse, and then oops, forward. I'm not sure if that's the absolute correct way to do it. It's a little bit violent, but I can listen. I can hear it on the gearbox now. It's working harder. So let's see. 2000 RPMs. And that's a big difference. We got 6.1 knot now. So that's almost 1 knot more. Yeah, more or less. That's a pretty big difference. Pretty cool. So that's the engine propeller test under engine. But now I want to see how Tessie sails with the propeller folded. So now you can see the gear is in free, and on the engine room camera the shaft is still, not spinning. So that means the propeller is closed. This is amazing. We're doing 6 knots with 2 reefs in the mainsail and some rolls in the Genoa, and it's only 10 to 12 knots of wind straight to the side. And I can promise you that wouldn't happen with the fixed propeller dragging along. So yeah, good numbers, very good numbers. So that's the fair weather test. Now, how about some heavy weather test? It's windy today, 30 knots, 40 in the gust in the ocean, and I'm out to take a offshore heavy weather test with my storm jib. It's about time to fly that little thing and see what it can do. Testing the storm jib now. 35 knots out here. We're already doing 6 knots. Wind on the side. The propeller is spinning. So I gotta put it in reverse. Not spinning. Perfect. 6.2. Wow. Amazing. It works so well. At 35 knots now, and the boat is just very calm and glides nicely along the waves there. I love it. New experience. Check. I was very satisfied with the new setup. Now it was time to head back to do some final improvements on Tessie. It's been a rough summer and my diesel tank started leaking heavily during my sail to the Netherlands. And I thought I slowly smell more and more diesel. Look at this shit. And down here is a lot of diesel. After returning to Norway, I immediately started on the work to get the leaky 140-liter stainless steel tank out of the boat. My good friend Anders came to the rescue again and did a full TIG weld on all the corners of the tank. You see, when the tank gets emptied and filled up over and over, the tank walls moves and the corners get stressed, resulting in growing cracks over time. Now it's all sealed up and good to go. And to measure the diesel tank level now in the diesel, I have tried many different kind of sensors and nobody has ever worked. So now I have connected this clear, transparent hose here, or tube, that makes me show or see the diesel level here. So that's how accurate as it can be. Perfect. Alright, so that's the new propeller on, new gearbox in, and the tank welded up and sealed off. And I also done some work to the heater here. This draws heat from the cooling water from the engine here, and it goes through hoses to this one. I have installed one safety valve here from the hose coming out of the engine, and one here coming back from the heater and back into the engine. So if I get any leakage inside the heater here, I can just close the valves and the heater will be separated from the engine, and engine still working as it should. And if you see my videos the past years, you know that there is some water coming into Tessie and it's all dripping down to the bottom of the boat. And I struggle to get access to the water because of the design of the floorboards. I have made a couple of inspection hatches out of the original floorboard. So I've now cut out the part here. This is for the cooling vent, the valve, cooling valve, and this is to be able to reach the bottom of the boat. I also had to bring some gratitude to the old fixed propeller after bringing me tens of thousands of miles around the oceans. It now acts as a little trophy in my video editing room. But now, look at this. I have this big one on hinges. So I can access the whole bottom here. And here is kind of a bulkhead underneath, so the water is separated. So now I have access to this compartment. And I have also access to the seawater valve here. Open and close. So a lot of good work has been put into Tessie the last months now, and she is ready for Svalbard, Spitsbergen in some few months in June, and I cannot wait to start on that trip, and I hope you're excited too. So yeah, as usual, subscribe to my channel, leave a like and a comment, check out my NBJS merchandise to support this channel, and well, it's a link under the video here, and my NBJS badges. You can hit me on email on NBJS on post at nbjs.no, and you can sign up as a patron for support, and you get these videos out a little bit before they go on to YouTube. And if you want to do a PayPal donation, any amount, it's very much appreciated. So for next video I will do a full walkthrough of all of this boat. I have had so many questions over the years, and I will try to make a video that will answer everything you wonder. So I'm looking forward to that. One video on top of deck and one video in the cabin, what's happening under here. So stay tuned, and I will see you later.